It's still very early days into the 2024 edition of the IPL. Yet one captaincy change that has not gone down well with majority of fans was the one where Hardik Pandya replaced Rohit Sharma as the captain of the Mumbai Indians. Now, Pandya was never going to get a great reception in Ahmedabad, incidentally the city that he left behind to rejoin Mumbai Indians, where he had 2 good years with the Gujarat Titans. But the nature of the boos that Pandya received in that particular match left a lot of people taken aback, with many wondering if this hostility extended not only due to club loyalties but could potentially see Pandya on the receiving end of boos in other grounds as well, given that, of course, Rohit Sharma is a very popular figure in the Indian cricket community. However, one person who has now come out and spoken in support of Hardik Pandya is former India cricketer Navjot Singh Sidhu, who recently made a return to the commentary panel for the IPL and has, rather in his own blunt fashion, said that what is happening, or what should be happening, you should be focusing more on, let's say, the transition rather than the fact that a Pandya has replaced Rohit. In fact, he said in as many words that it shouldn't really matter who is playing under whom. He said that I have played in an Indian team where 5 captains used to play together. Playing under Hardik does not make Rohit smaller. Take that second line and frame it up. Playing under Hardik does not make Rohit Sharma a smaller person or a smaller player. That's not how it is. That never is how it has been. In fact, many people have been very, very unhappy at the fact that Rohit's still at the club, and of course the fact that Pandya came back in. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of teams at club level, at franchise level, will often make moves very ruthlessly. It's not emotion driven, as head coach Mark Boucher was at pains to remind everyone during that infamous podcast interview where he said that Indian fans can look at it a little emotionally, but you need to look at it from the practical side of things. Sidhu, that's exactly what he's doing. In fact, he extended further on this point and said that, listen, MI actually gave Rohit some time after they won their 5th title, and only when they realized that maybe the team needed a bit of a new direction is when they pulled the trigger and made the change. He said that Mumbai Indians gave it 3 years after 2020, and when it did not work, they got a new person for the job. You need to accept it. That second part of the line is something that's exactly what's not happening. Fans are not accepting the fact that a Pandya has replaced a Rohit Sharma, and it is causing a lot of consternation. However, what he's saying, whilst in some ways correct, does also, let's say, absolve Mumbai of any blame. One of the reasons they have been titleless since 2020 is poor squad building, particularly in the mega auction of 2022, wherein they ended up splashing 15 odd crores to get back Ishan Kishan, and then ended up with a lopsided squad that were in no condition to compete. They did better in 2023, but only made it to qualifier 2, and it was then that the franchise pulled the trigger and said, no, we need fresh leadership. And it does in a way make sense, given that you know Rohit at this point, definitely in the last legs of his career. That is what they've, the logic they've applied, and that's why they've gotten the new captain. But as was proved in Ahmedabad, not a very popular decision. Fine, you want to write that off and say it was just Gujarat Titan fans venting their anger at Hardik Pandya. That's a fair point as well. However, many have been talking about what happens if a Hardik Pandya gets booed around the country, and especially if that happens in the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai, the MI home ground. One former cricketer believes that happening is very much not just a possibility, but a probability, and that person is former India and KKR batter Manoj Tiwari. He said that, I think Hardik is going to get booed a bit louder once they come to Mumbai. Because nobody expected that the captaincy will be given to Hardik over a Rohit Sharma. That is what Manoj Tiwari is saying, and it is a sentiment that, let's just say, seems to be doing the rounds on social media a lot, although it is worth noting that social media chatter and what happens in a stadium, often two very different things. It is chalk and cheese, and whilst many people will be keyboard warriors when it comes to social media, in the stadiums they're there to cheer on the cricketers and not necessarily look to make a nuisance of themselves, for the most part anyway. However, it doesn't bode well from the start of Hardik Pandya's captaincy that, rather than look at the results or look at what it is that he's trying to get to do tactically in MI, people are still talking about whether or not he's going to be accepted, and perhaps more importantly, if he's going to be booed very, very loudly. not the most auspicious of starts for Hardik Pandya, and you'd hope for his sake that he can turn it around, in spite of the fact that a lot of fans would rather he fail in his endeavour rather than succeed, which I find a bit weird, because again, I understand not being happy with the fact that Rohit is no longer the captain, but it's always team over any individual, whoever that individual may be. Of course, that's just my thought on things. What do you guys think? You can let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and tap that bell icon as well. Also follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Don't forget to download the Sports the Cap, and if you're already on the channel, go ahead, check out some other videos we've done as well. For now, from my side though, it is goodbye.